much from March until November.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's time.
Oh, I forgot to bring.
And I just got back from Florida, so I'm,
Oh, you're from Charlotte.
no, I'm from here, but we were just in Fort Lauderdale last week and so sandals got pulled out and I got home and I was like, it's warm enough. It's warm enough. We'll keep it that way.
Good. Hi, everyone.
Hey. Good morning.
Hello, hi, Liz. How are you?
I'm fine, what's going on?
No.
How are the kids doing? They're all under control?
Yeah, well, as much as they can.
This looks like lots of excitement around your house.
Lots of excitement. What happened? No, my kids are just
Nothing
busy.
happened.
They're just busy with their activities and it's fun. Yeah, that'll keep you.
Oh, yeah.
Here you're at.
Oh, I get it. And the girl that we found a place that rented. And I said, let me get your, email address. She's like, small town. It's like, it's 976 email.
Oh my Every once in a while, I'll
Doesn't make sense. Yeah, right. You know, it's on.
Like, generally done so.
No, I was about to say, I can hear the. No, really don't. That's how old school I am.
That's surprising.
No, it doesn't. You know, I'm old. Camden, how old I am, we've had this group that.
You're 42?
Yeah, in my heart, in my thirties.
I'm 42. I'm 53 going on 18. You're sad. I feel great.
Yeah, you're still a nose picking. How's everybody? I really am feeling. Rain. Yeah. Yeah. I'm here.
Y'all. Yeah, y'all.
Learning everybody. Good morning. You guys, you wrap this up. Right. No, that is, I gotta say. Sorry. Yes.
So like, by the time I. Yeah, it's like. Yeah.
Oh, like, I'd be so.
I wish I was wired.
Think about it. 30 seconds later, I'm like.
Yeah, $20 doesn't get you very far in business. So it doesn't really get you very far. Yes, right?
Morning. How about you?
Right.
And I'll go back.
Yeah.
I was out of town.
That's cool, good, all over the place. I'm so proud. I'm still on. Yeah. We're doing, get together and. And we need to talk. We're all in.
Well, how are you?
Kind of like moving to like.
I wanted to talk to you about something soon. I feel like we're a little crazy busy right now, but something that I took away from family reunion that I wanted to see if you guys could help us with. We went to like a referral class, living referral business, and I was going to see what we're talking about.
I talked to God on today.
About 18. Is your name Ellie Hansen?
Right here.
Well, I'll consider that.
It's my daughter's.
Yeah.
50% size and 20.
What?
Uh-huh. And it might have even been more. And now. So it should fix it that time.
Good show.
It's like, you know, that big hole that you have like on the other. Okay.
Well, I'm glad my jacket could.
Okay.
Yes.
You forgot how to put all the stress and points on it.
The one who talks about how they have their, the referral program. It's a little gift. Either the 5 gifts or it's like a little $5. and then a little like thing we do monthly or something. So I was thinking you guys could do.
Yeah, like, so envelope and.
Yeah.
There's the,
Going to be getting you to get started.
there is a small charge to whenever we add something else in the envelope besides whatever is in there.
Yeah.
There's the charge. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's like, you know, like. Like last thing we just did, little something like this, not a little piece of it, just for one. They pulled it up. Yeah.
Printed address, that's maybe like $1. Probably actually, I have to double check price difference, so we could probably do it in two. Like, hold on. Like that, which are computer. Not holding card on the inside of the thing, right?
Okay. And then I would just give you all the parts that I paid.
Were you kind of
Yeah.
Anthony's team?
Yeah. Oh,
Probably, I have to check. Okay.
Okay, whenever you get that.
Oh, and we have a
Oh, yeah.
spring forward.
Okay.
To get it out this week.
Okay, well, if you can send it to me, then I'll look it over.
That was big, like, good.
Exhausting, but it's good. I mean, me and my mom did it for yourself. So we got to 9:05 and had to work something and clothing and we were thought, but I recovered.
Lauderdale last weekend, and he flew home. So I never do. Like, so cheap, like, the day 8:35. Well, there was rain in Lauderdale, it was bad, late, everything. He did not get home until 2:45, and he had to be at the office itself. And we live 45 minutes from the office, so we got 3 hours of sleep, but then yesterday.
Hopefully you got to recover. Or anyway, so it's
Sunday.
yeah.
That was
I like, I still don't even know what day
I
it
know.
is. Yeah. But you need to recover this topic. You might be a zombie all week.
We're going to visit my parents this weekend, so that'll be something for us.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a very busy one.
And that was on my February list. I was on every weekend in February. And now I don't leave again until my bachelor at.
I feel like we've been out of town, we've been out of town, like almost as many days as we've been in town.
It's hard. I was like, Vanessa told me that you were here, but then I was like, where is she? We have a whole room. I don't think my mom will be here for me. Oh, she can fit. But you know, our older one is not doing well. He's like the reason my mom's dying. The house is master of me. Can't want to be there anymore. But the past night, he hasn't like been able to even get up to like come to bed. Having the mobile bed on, and I'm like, I'm staying there. Something like there now. I mean, I was not that like I was like, well, you don't have to go to work. But I'm yeah. I don't think I got to. No, I totally. I don't know what all they want. I don't think it's not that. We need that. Yeah. Anyway, so I don't know. Depending, I guess, depending on how the news is. Like that, and then decorate like yeah. I know he was talking to his underwriter this morning and she like sent me an email. Denial. I know, that's hard. Sorry. I'm sorry. But the second you turn the phone, that was the part, I mean, all of us a little weird, and then when I showed you the picture of that, I was like, no. Even though I know they like explain the they're not like, yeah.
How's everybody doing? Are we a little tired? I feel like I need a little patch on my eye. Oh my. You guys. I can't speak very loud, especially after family reunion. I'm like hoarse. Anybody else a horse on it? Oh my gosh, I feel like I sound like a chain smoker or something.
Really, too much.
And then, well, I'm walking through it. I did not, you might have. All right, before we have our breakfast sponsor, who's some gratitude or chat North Effect moments this morning for us? Yeah, Tanaya.
I have some gratitude today, the closing day.
Yay.
And gratitude for being ready for helping me. And a lot of things and just been talked about how much help me with all of this.
Love it. Always good to have payday. But we're there for it. Yes.
I want to thank all the staff while we're out in Vegas, like helping us out, with seats and making sure we're good. Taking, making sure this, folks that slack a little bit get tents and all that. So that was much appreciated.
It was fun standing on chairs with our phones.
That's right.
This is where we are, in the middle of 20,000 people. Here we are.
yourself on the phone, I make it like be a strobe light. It's a strobe light that not working.
Oh, yeah, I know. Next year.
Herding cats.
Herding cats.
Took in a new meaning.
Already had to kind of new meeting. Yes. All right, well. Who wants to give a shout out to somebody?
I will.
Yes.
To Brooke and Carrie for doing so much for us while we were at a family reunion this week. Their walkthrough, closing, all kinds of stuff for us. So
Wow.
thank you.
Yay.
Shout out to Terry and to Matt for giving me a referral of an agent in Athens. It's a Pete Klein and needed a really good agent.
Nice. All right, one more.
Bernie, desire to share. I know it's there.
I don't know where Matt Kuklin, oh, I know where he's at. He's at Daughters and Donuts this
He's having
morning.
daddies and donuts.
But major shout, he finished his first half marathon while y'all were in Vegas.
Yeah.
Which, if you saw his time, she'd be like, holy cow. So,
Yeah.
it was really good. That's not something I would share for someone else. He just, he did really bad.
216.
He beat his goal.
He beat his goal and that's you know,
That's gonna be at 100.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's not cool enough.
Yeah, it was like 9 Carrie. Yeah, totally.
Hunter was probably like, we got this, just barely breathing, you know, just.
No.
So good.
We pushed each other, it was good.
And there were some of us that signed up for a 5K, didn't even show up.
Some of us didn't sign up in time at all.
So there was that, so big kudos to those that actually ran that out. All right, awesome. Okay, so we have DK Reynolds this morning with our friends.
Good morning, everybody. How are you? My name is Jenny Fessler. I'm an accountant exec with DK Reynolds. We are a property management and we do exclusively residential. And how many people here are really working on being trusted advisors for their clients? Couple, yes. Well, I'm in your extension team. So when you come across somebody that's kind of on the fence between renting or selling and they don't know what to do, they're really considering their options, please consider giving me a call. I'm happy to pull rental comps for them, so they have a feeling for what they might get in rental income, should they decide to go that route. I'm happy to walk them through their options, what kind of cost to expect, what kind of, services we offer, so they really get a feel for what that decision process could look like as your assistant team. We're here to help them find the best solution for their income, for their property, for their lifestyle, and make them feel comfortable and at ease with their decisions. So any way I can help you do that, please let me know. My cards are out on the table, my brochures are out on the table, but most of all, we're here to support you guys, and I know you do that for us. So one of the other things we do is we provide wonderful referral deals to pay you for your time and energy. The easiest thing to do is send me an email and say, hey, Jenny, I've got a client. Here's their contact information. Here's a little bit about their situation. If you want to share that and have your contact information on the same email, that way I've got everything there. And that way, you sent them, because I know so many times, I can't tell you how many times it's happened, where you referred somebody to us and they never mention you. And even their best intentions, they get all excited, they get swept up in the moment, they totally forget about it. We get it, and it makes it so much easier for us to track and get you that referral fee that you so justly deserve. So if you send somebody to us that's looking for property management as well as finding a tenant, you get 50% of the first month's rent, which sometimes is pretty good. Okay, if you send somebody to us that just needs property management, you get 25%. You find somebody that just wants to find a tenant, there's a referral. So there's lots of ways to play and be engaged, and mostly to be supportive of each other. So if there's anything I can do for you, please let me know. We're happy to help, and we're wonderful. Grateful for our partnership with Keller Williams over the years. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the reference. And honestly, the referral fee, I think, is almost more than what some rentals pay.
Yeah, I mean, considering we're charging our owners $80 a month for the basic month, The referral fees are tremendous. We know you guys are an important part of how we fund our.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. It's great leverage. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Al.
And thanks for the breakfast.
Oh, my pleasure. Plenty more.
All right, we're gonna get into action. Matt Teeter and a lot of the coaches say every business or every team meeting should have action to get you business. So we're gonna get our phones. We're gonna look in our database. And we're gonna send out 3 texts. And we're gonna send out these texts. And we're gonna even tell you what to say. Take out the, thought process out of it. So we're gonna say, Happy Tuesday. Hey, it's Dina. I'm happy to help everyone strike gold. You changed it. I did. Okay. I reached the real estate goal. Call me today to set up a coffee date in the next week to chat about your real estate goals for 2024. And let's send those 3 texts right now. Right now. We don't have any excuses. Oh, sorry, I'll get out of the As you're taking pictures of me waving my hand. We're like back and bold, aren't we? Whoever gets the first appointment, even in the team meeting, gets a prize. I'll come up with what it is.
Get a response, just stand up, no matter what time it is, and raise your hand.
Yeah, and if you get an appointment, you win some. Almost done, copy and paste. Yeah, send one and then you just copy and paste to the next person, right? All right, we good? How many sent? 3 people? Yeah? 4 people. Wow. Overachiever over here. I love it. Okay. All right. So whoever gets a response, raise your hand or stand up, and whoever gets an appointment, let me know, no matter what is going on in the meeting, the rest of the meeting. Come on in, man. Come on in. It's okay. Come on in. All right. Okay. Who remembers what we've got going on this year? What kind of competition do we have going on this year?
I love that.
All right, we've got some kind of competition and we are updating our numbers for February. We were gone all last week, so we've got some catch up to do. So by the end of the week, we'll have all updated numbers for February. And so how many remember what's happening for all of the dots, the circle in the dot? Everybody remember what's going on? For every listing taken and every contract written, you gain a circle, right? Right?
Yes.
Okay, you earn 1 bubble on the date of each signed listing, you earn 1 bubble on the date of each binding contract signed. And if you initiate an introduction of an agent to the leadership team to join our market center, you earn triple bonus points on the triangle, right? So that gains you extra bonus points. So this is going to help you win what? The categories are 25, minimum bear entry is 25 circles. The next one is 50, the next one's 75, and the next one's 100. So to 25, you earn the right to be entered into, yes, ma'am?
So are the bubbles are different than the triangles on?
The triangles are triple point.
That's for agents.
For
that
agent
introduce
referral.
The leadership team to become an agent in the market center.
The circles are 1, the triangles are 3. Okay, so for achieve 25 of the listing and contracts, you're in 1 entry for the prize draw. If you get to 50 bubbles by the end of the year, this is a year contest, you earn 2 entries for the prize draw. You earn 75 bubbles, you earn 3 chances, 3 entries. If you earn 100, you earn 4 entries. What's the first prize winning?
A year of peace.
A year cap for 2025, y'all. Are we excited at all about this competition? I don't feel any excitement. I need to go back out and come back in. I mean, is this an exciting competition?
Yes.
Okay, did anybody participate in February's challenge option, which was door knocking every day? Door knock 20 doors every day. Okay, that wasn't very exciting. Okay, so this month, March, we're going to do the DTD2. Which is honestly what we should all be doing for our database, which tells us every week what letters of our database we're gonna be calling. It takes the process of thinking out of the equation. So it tells us exactly what we need to do every day. So say for instance, this week, we would be calling the Ps and the Ls for our database. You go through your database and you go, okay, I'm gonna call the Ps and the Ls. That's all I'm doing every day. I'm gonna call the Ps and the Ls. So every day when you wake up, you go, I wonder what kind of lead gen I should do today. You look at your DTD2, I'm gonna call the Ps and the Ls. Tells you exactly what to do. So the month of March, this is your action item. This is what we're doing to be able to keep you in momentum, to keep you in movement towards the goal, towards your challenge. Any questions? Any thoughts? Do we need to stand up and energize this room?
Or a question, does everyone know how to sort your database in Command in order to pull the last names up that start with P?
Okay, good point.
And L very quickly. Does anybody want to know how to do that?
Do it.
We can talk about it during our tech moment today, and Sam can go over it, but it's super easy to pull up Command and filter it by the P's and L's and make those calls. And then it's just, hey, how are you? How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Oh, wonderful. What's going on with your family?
Oh, you're great. You're great.
Awesome. Well, do you have any questions about real estate?
No, not right now.
Well, I'd love to be your resource whenever you do have questions. Will you promise to call me?
Oh, absolutely. I promise to call you.
Fantastic. We'll tell everyone you know.
Okay.
Have a great day.
Absolutely. Thank you. Have a great day. Okay, it's not super difficult. I think sometimes we overcomplicate it, right? And we stand in fear. We're afraid of making that phone call to our database, and so then we just don't do it. And then we leave money on the table because of it, right? So let's just get into action to be able to build that business, to be able to have business coming towards us.
So
So,
this week is P and L, and then next week is gonna be T and J, and then I and Q, and then Y and
you'll have a
Z.
ton of YSs, I'm sure.
You know that DTD was created in order to break up the alphabet into an even number of contacts during that week. So we would never put together, say, an M or an S, because we know a lot of Americans have, a lot of people that live in America, I should say, have the last name that starts with an M or an S. So it's broken down so that you should have an even number of people to call each week.
Well, and it's also broken down, so you call 4 times a year, your whole database. That's the purpose of it, right?
And I'm happy to share this chart that put together, but every year it changes, just ever so slightly for one day, but this year it's gonna be 2 because you have a leap year. So, and if you wanna have a bonus reach out, let's text someone. So maybe you take your text Tuesday and you text everyone that has a last name that starts with X. This week. Make sense?
All right,
So that's the March chapter.
everyone aboard?
Yes.
Yes.
I know like nobody seems really excited about this,
No,
cause it's really
no.
like simple, but like my business the last like year and a half, prior to maybe the last few months, had been really off, and I started doing this, and like the response I'm getting is a lot better, like, just get in touch with your database, y'all, I know it seems like a very simple concept, but like, people do wanna talk to you, and like frankly, like, I know sometimes it's like, we don't wanna take the step or do the like little bit of extra work, but people do wanna hear from us, and generally the response has been very good, so. You know, I mean, it doesn't even have to be about business, for, like, I hate to say it, it doesn't, like, honestly, just get in conversation with people, it's amazing the responses you'll get.
Thank you for sharing that. And I think what and actually I had a call this morning with one of my coaching clients. And he's like, I need more ideas to get business. I need more ideas. And I said, okay, great. What exactly are you doing every day? I said, well, I'm calling maybe 5 people a day. I said, so maybe we need to increase your activities instead of doing more things. So let's go back to what activities we're doing instead of just trying to add all of these extra things. Do the things that are actually going to impact your business to increase that instead of going after all these shiny bells and whistles. Let's just increase our activities of the one thing that's going to produce results. To Mike's point, right? Let's do the things. It's, I heard it right before Family Arena. I cannot think for the life of me who it was that said it. Goals are fantastic, but let's remove the goals and say, what is it that we're doing every day? What does your activity look like? What does your calendar look like every day to produce the results? That's where the rubber meets the road. And it might not be sexy. It might not be super, super sexy. It could be very boring. Does this sound really exciting? Clearly not. Clearly by the tone in the room, it's not. However,
It's really exciting.
do I?
Closing day is really.
Closing day is really exciting. The results are sexy. The activities sometimes are not. But it's having to get super comfortable with the boring and the mundane that's gonna produce the really great, sexy results. And that's what we gotta get comfortable with. We have to be able to get comfortable with doing the daily activities that are gonna produce the end results. And that's what we gotta get excited about. All right, I'm done.
Can I add to that?
Yes,
Fire
please.
up. At MAPS coaches training, we have Phil Jones. He
Yeah.
said,
Yeah,
do the basics to a high standard, consistent.
yes, yes. Phil Jones, oh my gosh, he is amazing, amazing. And
You wrote the book
exactly what to say. And he had so many great nuggets in that room. And he talked a lot about doing the basics, and getting comfortable with doing the basics and doing the boring, right? Consistently, thank you. That means 5 days a week. And if we're doing it just a few days and expecting the big results, it's not gonna be there. It's just not. It's not gonna be there. So if we want this huge goal, but we're not willing to do the day, sorry, this is not supposed to be a coaching call, sorry. Okay, all right, okay. Sometimes you gotta tell me to shut up, I'm sorry.
Heck, no, I'm here for it. How is everybody doing? Oh, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Is it your birthday?
Well, it was on Friday.
Oh,
First.
happy birthday, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay, thank you. Hey, I get birthday month, so.
There you go.
can celebrate
All right.
any of the next, however many days are left. Well, hopefully family reunion was fun. I missed being there with you guys, but happy all my friends are home. I've got a class coming up tomorrow actually, on foreign investors. So I hope y'all come to that class, but I do want to touch a little bit, just in case you can't make it, on withholding. So that's gonna be the biggest thing that we really delve into. But one of the changes to the GAR contracts for the new year actually added a paragraph, if I could find the word, on what's called FERPTA. So that's withholding if you're not a US citizen or permanent resident. The contract had already added that paragraph, but now it's in your seller brokerage engagement agreement, which I think is an excellent resource for you guys. Because although I don't necessarily expect y'all to know the ins and outs of FERPTA, that's what I'm here for, to help you direct your clients my way. But I think it's great for you guys to have that tidbit when you're going over the brokerage engagement agreement in case that's helpful for your clients. I think that's an underutilized tool is the brokerage engagement agreement to begin with, to go over all of these things that could come up in a closing with your sellers. You know, I talk about like the special circumstances or the other section where you can talk about all those awkward things. Well, this gives you like the bankruptcy, divorce, etc. So you have the tool to bring that up without looking nosy or, you know, like it's none of your business. Same thing with FERPTA. You're going through the document, you say, hey, this is what this is. Could this possibly apply to you? If yes, send them my way and I'll walk them through whether it actually does or not. But just to have that from the get-go is great, because that way, I'm telling you, it's not fun when we learn, like the day of closing, that this person is actually not a US person and we have to withhold 15% of their sales price. Nobody likes that. So have that conversation up front so that it's not a surprise for them. But like I said, that was a change that got added to the brokerage engagement agreement. But if you want to know more, come see me tomorrow. I love when you guys are here, but it'll be available on Zoom as well. And a couple of other things we've got coming up on Friday, we have the new agent meet and greet. So if you're new, come see us, and onward, we're gonna go over kind of the top 5 things that come up for new agents where we see as problems or things to just kind of be out on the lookout for. Get to know us a little bit. Also on Friday, we've got birthday lunch again with Onward. So for those February and March like me babies, come out and celebrate with us. Thursday, we're super excited for the first happy hour of the year. It's at Stage. Of course, the lovely Renee with Onward gets that set up for us, but we've got a bunch of sponsors doing that. So come see us. It's always a lot of fun. And Stage is delicious, but maybe I'm biased. We got coffee shop again on Monday, the 18th. So come with questions. Y'all know I'm always available to help you guys with anything you need. But sometimes it's helpful for y'all to be here for a group setting, because maybe there's a question that you don't necessarily know you have. Someone else asks it and you learn something. So it's kind of fun to have that group setting. And then on Wednesday, the 27th, if y'all need CE hours, I am teaching the VAR forms updates again at Namor. So from 10 to 1, if you guys need that, the full 3-hour shindig, I'll be there, and I would love to see my friends join me there. Do y'all have any questions? Are we still recovering? Well, anything I can do to help, let me know, and don't forget to put O'Kelly and Sorhan on page 1 of your contracts, guys.
All right, we have 2 appointments that Tanaya has already set from her texting, just so.
Oh, wow. Set up and interrupted me.
Yeah.
Oh, big deal. That's
So
awesome.
if anybody else has appointments. You're gonna probably get a better price, but here's a deal. Yeah. Nice try, nice try. All right, onward.
Good morning, guys. You guys all look hungover. Everybody must. Reason I do not go, Vegas and me are dangerous. Okay, so I'm gonna speak first today, changing things up a little because I have to go get the food for this wonderful event. So I hope you guys are all coming to the Agent Caravan. If you're a new agent and don't know what this is, you come and support other agents and use the property that they have listed for sale. Give feedback. There's also a $100 Visa gift card, so bring your business cards to drop in the pot. And it's just up the road in Johns Creek. So, and the gate, it's a gated community, but it will be open starting at 11. So anyway, I'm gonna scoot out and go get that. Ashley already gave a wonderful update on the calendar. I couldn't have done better, so I'll leave it to these guys.
Perfect. Well, good morning. Hope everybody's doing well this week. Rates are unchanged from last week. They're hovering right around 7%. Having a pretty good day today. The next market mover is going to need a jobs report on Friday. One thing I wanted to point out that we're kind of dealing with that I'm sure you guys have heard of is the condo insurance issue with the deductible or the water deductible is causing a lot of issues for condo approval through Fannie and Freddie. If you guys do have a client putting in an offer on a condo, I highly recommend not only putting in the special stip 528 is what it is in your special stips for condo approval. It extends past the financing contingency depending on how many days you put on that. And that allows us a little bit more time to see if we can work through these insurance issues. What is happening is the master coverage and I think that has a good talk on this, and I'm sure you wanna just give that whenever you talk about.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of out of my wheelhouse, but anyways, the water deductible, if you guys get the master policy from the condo complex and send it to us, we can pretty much look at it and tell you if it's gonna be lendable or not. This is a big issue for a lot of complexes, across Georgia, not every single one of them, but it is a big issue that we're dealing with right now as far as lending on condos is concerned.
What's like a conservative number of days we should be putting in that step? Like 21 days? Is that enough?
If you can get that, that'd be great. I mean, it's just the whole thing. The tough thing is it's really how responsive the HOA is, because that's kind of what ties our hands. I mean, we can get, as you guys know, we can underwrite these loans really quickly, but sometimes us going back and forth with the HOA is a little bit hectic. So I'd say 14 to 21 is probably a good time frame, depending on the closing, time frame as well.
Because keep in mind, it's like two separate approvals, condo approvals going along, borrower approval. So they're completely, I would hate to say unrelated, but basically they are.
I was just gonna add that it should always be longer than your like financing
Yes.
This
contingency.
financing is like a square is a rectangle is not a square. Financing covers the condo approval, but the condo approval does not cover financing. So if your client is fully underwritten in 5 days, we can do, the financing in 5 days, but we may need a little more time to get the condo approved, so.
So, living in one of those buildings that's affected right now, I don't want everyone to get freaked out, they are doing deals with four closings in my building last month. All of them were finance deals, you just need to, with the SMART program.
Yeah, we can do so the condos are technically non-warrantable if they have that insurance, we can do a non-QM loan on it. It's just a tough thing to tell a client, hey, we're gonna do a non-qualified mortgage, you're gonna buy this, but hey, when you go sell it, we have no idea what's gonna happen because we don't know what the insurance policy is gonna be at that point, because there is a loophole to work through it if we up the client's personal water deductible. It changes their payment like $100 a month. It's not anything crazy, but we can get them in there. But it's just when they go to sell it, it's not gonna be an issue. So we try to let people know that up front.
But there are deals happening, so I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a condo that is, the insurance is not an issue. So it's case by case basis, but.
And then what seems to occur is that buildings are going through the process, they're getting caught by Fannie Mae. So it's like literally where I live, there's 6 condo towers, 2 are caught, 4 aren't right now because it hasn't gone through that process. And inevitably they're gonna be caught. I do know, if y'all remember Wiseman Nowak, the guy Nowak, he's actually working on behalf of my building, trying to see what we can do to fix it. What appears to occur is that when macro policies changed out, premiums have gone up a great deal and the insurance providers were trying to make it better. And that's what seems to cause. So now we need to try to figure out how to make that.
Yeah, pretty much Fannie and Freddie have their own rules, the insurance companies have their own rules, and they're directly fighting against each other based on everything. So.
Well, and it makes sense because it's a deductible issue. So Fannie and Freddie is saying a deductible can't be more than 5%. But obviously, since insurance premiums have gone up, they're like, okay, well, we'll raise our deductible to keep our premiums a little bit better. That's where we're coming into.
But, yeah, it's been a battle going on since beginning of December, actually.
Yep. With that being said, like Hunter said, we do have the non-warrantable condo, that's our Smart Edge product. So we can look at that. So if we have an issue and it can't get resolved for whatever reason, we can certainly look at that product for it. It is more down, so if you've got a first time buyer trying to do 3%, they're gonna have to come up with about, I think it's 10% for Smart Edge, so that is one of the first things we have to look at. But I also wanted to kind of go over our first time home buyer products again. I know I feel like we talk about this a lot, but I also still talk to agents that are like, tell me about that again. So we're like, hey, we will keep telling you guys about it. We've got a lot of pre-approvals, people pre-approved right now for these products that are out there house hunting. So they're really, really great. They cover a lot of different scenarios. We've got the Borrow Smart Access. We've been doing that the longest. That's the $3,000 toward closing costs. Lower than market rates. So when it takes out the LLPAs, which is a loan level pricing adjustment. So whether their credit score is a little bit lower, they're gonna be hit with that, things like that. So if the market rate is 7, they're gonna get a little bit better than that. $3,000 for closing costs. That one has the highest income limit of $140,000. So more people will qualify for that one, maybe than the other 2 that we have. The other one has an income limit of $82,000. That one is a $5,000 grant. So that can be toward down payment or closing costs. So on that one, I mean, they can get closing costs from the seller and still have $5,000 toward their down payment. That one, you're really probably maxing out, unless they're putting down more than the minimum, you're really probably maxing out at about $350, would you say, purchase price, because of where that income cap is. So keep that in mind, if you've got a first timer and that's kind of their budget's under $350, let's really make sure we're looking at that one. The last one has the most money, of $8,000 grant. That one is called our Res Fund. That one is completely, decided by where their current home is located, wherever they're currently living. So that is a census tract product. Basically, Fannie is saying, we've looked at areas that they consider, underserved in a way that, hey, they want to help people who live in these particular areas now to be able to buy. So it really, they don't care where they're buying, they could move out of that area, but it's where their current address is. So even before we have people do applications, sometimes, if they seem to meet all the other qualifications, I'll just get their address and we can plug that in. And say, okay, hey, your address does qualify, let's get an app, let's look at it, let's see if we can get you $8,000. So we've got several people already pre-approved for all 3 of these loans. So if you've got anyone first-time buyer, especially if you're like trying to get them over to us, maybe they've already, gone through Rocket or something, you can say, hey, you need to talk to my people, this is what they're offering, these are great products, they're gonna hold your hand through everything, they're gonna get you everything that you can possibly have, so, send them our way, guys.
Yeah, and last thing, we are still waiving the lender fees on a refinance in the future if your client's purchase price this year. Our parent company services the loan, which means that their escrow account will be transferred from their previous loan to the new loan. So they're not only saving money on lender fees, they're not having to reload their escrow accounts. That's a savings of about $5,000 coming down the line. So that's something to think about with your clients who say the rates are too high. Might as well have them take a look at it and see if we can get them in at 6.5%, refinance them, waiving the lender fees in the future. So if you guys need anything, please let us know. We got plenty of time for March. We'd love to get a bunch more loans for March, so send us the deals and, we will not let you down.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
All right, Kelly is back and Tessa is here. I'll have Kelly first. Oh, she brought the wine. She did.
Always been wine. Good morning, everybody. Kelly Kenda with 210 Home Buyers Warranty, your home warranty partner and resource. So 7 reasons why you should be using a 210 Home Buyers Warranty. Number 7, we offer complimentary listing coverage. It is free for your sellers. Nothing's due until closing, and only if that home closes with a warranty. Even though we went out there, we paid claims. Only thing that's optional for coverage is a $50 AC and heat pump. That's optional for your sellers. Number 6, we do have a Happy Home walk-in hardware. These are for your buyers, whichever plan that they do choose. They have 45 days from the closing date to either hire somebody to come out to redo all their locks. They can buy all new hardware. They just have to upload that paid receipt 45 days from the closing date. We're gonna mail them a check up to $100 to go towards that, like a little gift that we get back. Number 5, we do have an appliance purchase program. This is for your buyers that get a warranty through us, whichever plan. Just say that they bought their dream home, but they wanted to get out that kitchen and add all new appliances. Well, we give them our discount through Whirlpool and GE. They wanted to take advantage of that. Number 4, if you're working with a buyer that's active military or a veteran, please contact me. Once the warranty is enrolled, I will give them a special discount. Number 3, we all know that sellers do pay for the home warranty, but in that case, if they decide they do not want to pay for it, make sure that you're still presenting the home warranty to your buyers, especially if they're going into a pre-loved home that has older systems and appliances. We offer payment plans, so they can still protect themselves at a low price. Number 2, HVAC. We are very, very well known for our HVAC coverage, especially with our Supreme coverage. That is the best coverage. I have been seeing full system replacements where with the Supreme, where the homeowner is either the $100 service fee out of pocket, the most I've seen now is about $250 out of pocket. If you didn't have any type of home warranty, these guys, these out-of-network guys are charging $10,000 or more for a full system replacement. That's why I use a 210 Home Buyers Warranty. And for the bottle of wine, you do have to raise your hand. You get to take the lucky winner. I want to hear a drum roll. why you should use a 210 home buyer warranty. We get you. You guys get me. With the product, I want you guys to know that I am your partner. One thing that I love is education. I'm here not only to educate you guys on the warranty process and coverage, but I love to talk to the client. It's so important that the clients understand the warranty, the process, expectations, but we all know no one's perfect. And so if anything ever gets off track, instead of them calling you, they know that they have a local person, a local cell phone. They can call me, get me involved. I get things on track. I'm here to make you guys look good so we can continue to grow our business together. So if you haven't used 210 Home Buyers Warranty, shame on you. That I am your new partner in 2024 because I look forward to learning and growing with each and every one of you.
And you can talk to the clients in English and Spanish.
Great, that's awesome. I also just hired Jennifer Kenyon. She is bilingual, and so if you guys ever need help, please let me know. Love it. Thank you.
Happy hour in Rachel's office after.
Next door.
Good morning, I'm Jessica with the Oak Insurance Group. I'm gonna piggyback off of what Kelly just talked about briefly. Just having a trusted advisor that your client can call, that's local, that knows the area, I think is so important. I was just talking with Brooke last night with Terry's team. They have a tricky litigation insurance settlement issue, not to give up too many specifics on it, but it's one of those, being able to reach out to someone at the 11th hour saying, is this okay? Does this work? Does this not? What is your opinion? Just to be able to then reassure your client that everything is fine or not fine, or however it rolls out. Also coming on to some of the condo issues, it is something, they're all different. Every condo purchase, sale, they're all very different because all of these communities have their own unique master policies. And yes, some of them carry very high wind and hail and water deductibles. And so it's one of those things, being able to pass that master policy along to me, I can review it and know a little bit more about the line items and the details of it, and then we can find a solution together to get that condo closed. So anyhow, I hope everyone had a good time at family reunion. I feel like I missed out. I'm gonna go next year.
Well, it'll be back there, so.
I know.
Yeah, anybody that felt like they lost out on the meeting this year, it's a rent watch. So
All right, y'all have a good weekend.
Yeah, so if you are as tired as the rest of the leadership, you can join us next year. Well, and I think the things, I'm taking all the notes of all the things I didn't enjoy about Vegas, preparation for next year as well, like, I gotta pack a coffee maker, do you have a charge for like coffee? Anyways, it's a good time though, it's always a cup filler for me. So I want to give a couple of technology updates based on what we heard on stage at Family Reunion. Before I jump into that, one of the cool things I really want to share though, is that I have a really good friend of mine, his name is Mike Hillary out of Chicago. He has this really cool thing called Mike's Notes, and he's a website called mikesnotes.net. He is so great at note taking, like he should be like a public court reporter or something, it's incredible. I find myself not taking notes when I know that Mike is in the room. So if you feel like you missed out on the Family Reunion, cheaper than the price of admission because it's free, go to mikesnotes.net and you'll get all of the notes from Family Reunion. It's the best thing out there. 3 big takeaways from Family Reunion technology. There's a couple things that are coming out that are really exciting. So we launched the new websites this year. One of the things that they said on stage that we're going to be beginning in the near future would just be advanced customization of our websites. They were really vague in what that meant, as they always are on the main stage. But I believe that we're gonna have the ability to do more enhanced things on our websites. I'm guessing that we're gonna have probably some like video integration at a higher level on the homepage, if I had to guess. There's been rumors about a chat bot as well, that people can kind of log in and chat with AI. That will set appointments for you when they log the website, but all speculation right now, but it's one of the things that I know that we're putting a lot of effort in from the Keller Williams front. Speaking of chatbots, this is one of the things that will be released. Keller Williams is creating an artificial intelligence. We have not yet named it. That was one of the cool things that they had on stage, is you can help name this chatbot.
But it's gonna be basically like your personal assistant. This is gonna live inside of Keller Williams Connect or KW Connect, that I can ask, hey, what should my profit and loss statement look like? Or what should my budget look like for percentage of money spent on like talent or technology? Or create a moat for me, or what is a moat for me? It's gonna be like this real estate based, like genie, like I remember like Clippy back in like the old school like Microsoft days. I'm not aging myself, am I? It's not often I do that. But it's gonna be like, kind of like that. It's gonna be kind of like an Ask Gary, but they have to come up with a name. I'm super excited about that.
And it's gonna be better than Kelly, right? Cause I feel like I have a little bit of like post-traumatic stress
Should
disorder.
not
for
be
Kelly.
better than Kelly, yeah, like that.
Cause I mean, I'm having flashbacks.
My eyes fifty.
Right.
Yeah. Kelly, my.
Kelly, no more.
Yeah, we had a funeral for her, it was great.
We had a funeral.
The most exciting thing coming out of, Family Reunion Technology though, was this idea of predictive analytics.
Right.
So, no judgment here, but who has yet not put their contacts inside of Command?
Inside of what?
Inside of Command, who has not put their contacts inside of Command? And I promise you, this is no judgment here. Okay, all right, if you're just not willing to raise your hand, I'm gonna have a very convincing argument on why you should put everybody inside of Command. The predictive analytics is that Command's going to be able to go through and read through contact information. It's gonna be able to scrub the internet to just give you an insight as to when that person's likely to move. So in the not so near future, you're gonna be able to log into Command and you're gonna see a score. It's gonna look like a red to green progress bar that says this person's likely to move.
So it's kind of like what Remind does, but for our own database.
Yes.
Wow.
Personal database. So if you're on the fence of like, oh, I don't wanna put my contacts in there yet, oh my goodness. Even if you're using Boomtown or some other CRM, put them in there, if that's what you're gonna use, but also put them inside of Command, because I don't think any other technology exists that allows you to do that.
Sam.
Yes.
I'm assuming you have their address and their phone number in there for.
That would be helpful. Yeah, the more data that you can put in there, the more likely it's gonna be able to predict it accurately.
So is it like using Facebook also, if you put their Facebook in there?
I don't know the details of that. This was just announced, so they were kind of saying that. If I had to guess, just based on what I know about predictive analytics, contact information, address is gonna be a huge piece, because then it can scrub the tax records, mostly is where that comes from. But there was a point in time that we did have this idea that, let me back up a little bit. Have you ever said like congrats on like Facebook, you see like the text change to like orange and it does weird things? What's happening there is that Facebook understands that when somebody says the word congrats, it's not just this fun like animation. Google's gathering information to sell that to other people. And it knows that whenever somebody says congrats, there's usually a life event that happens with that congratulations, which usually means that someone's moving.
So the rewarding, you know, you use the word congrats, so it does that thing, so it's a reward for the person to say it, get people to use it, so that they can track it on a symbol.
Exactly. So yeah, analytics and data is a very scary thing on what like they extrapolate from all that stuff. But yes, the more data you put on in a client contact, the more likely that that predictability score is going to be accurate.
And wouldn't you say that at least you need to put the 4 points, the
Yeah.
name, address, phone number, and email? That would be almost
At a minimum.
at a
At a
minimum.
minimum, social media, like links you can put in there. Employers also important. That's why people move, right? Like I know that like, God forbid, Delta or Coca-Cola that have a massive layoff. That's gonna make a lot of people leave in there, right? That's not gonna be realistic.
So you're saying that if we have Brian as a contact, we're gonna know if he wants to buy a new boat?
That's every day.
Another house, but I don't know about Coca-Cola. And then probably the most exciting thing that really isn't that exciting, but I fall in love with this company. We have started a partnership with Canva.
You just spoke straight to my soul.
I know.
I heard it, it's like an extra beat.
So when I saw like Family Reunion and it was like sponsored by Canva in a couple places, I was like, I'm investigating this like a sleuth detective. I want to know more about this. So the skinny is, and I'll say some recording because I'm not gonna say anything, but we have a contract with our current design company called Designer. So Designs in Command is a third-party company. We have a contract with them that we have to complete. I'm pretty sure that Canva is gonna be our person. The cool thing is that because we're starting this partnership, if you pay for Canva Pro or have Canva Teams,
you can now get a discount, 20% off of Canva. I just posted it on the Georgia Legacy Group Facebook page. You do have to sign up with your @KW email address, and you have to go through like this little form aspect. The link is on the Georgia Legacy Group Facebook page, but do it before March 31st, and get 20% off Canva. So we'll jump on that. And then, one more thing, and this person doesn't know this, but we had another really exciting thing happen at.
So out of all of the trainers in the southeast region, which is the #1 region in Keller Williams, Lucy Sena is the trainer of the year. We love you. Thank you. Yes.
Mike'sNotes.net. Yep.
That just warms my heart. So good. All right, we're gonna have Ruth follow that.
Well, that's gonna be kind of hard.
Hard to sign. Well, don't trip on the confetti.
It's great. That's like a little walking on fruit thing. Very nice. Congratulations. So I don't want to take a lot of time because I know you got a big program today. But a lot of things happened while you were gone, really. One of the things, a couple of people called me because they got really bad appraisals on their property that I missed. So be careful when you're pricing the property now that you do a really good job, because some of them are like huge difference, like $40,000 different from what you had. So that's one tip I wanted to give you. The other one is, did you get my email?
I think they're all here.
Okay, I'm talking about coming soon, because you can get in trouble with coming soon, and it's pretty big trouble. FMLS is really kind of being litigious about this. So to stay out of trouble, you have to go by the rules. When you're getting a listing, you can make it coming soon. Now, you can put a sign out front that says coming soon, and you can advertise it as coming soon, but you cannot show it, and you can't even let your buddies in KW in our office go look at it, because that's against the rule. And we wouldn't want you to be in trouble with FMLS, because they have very punitive things that they do. So the first thing they'll do is,
You tell me when to flip and I'll put it for you.
okay. I already said that part, so we'll go to this part. If you're found to have shown a property, you have listed during the coming soon or hold status, the issuance of penalties will be as follows. A $500 fine will be assessed if you do it and receive a 30-day suspension of your e-key. That's the biggest thing, right? So the second offense, $1,000 fine. And you receive a 60-day suspension of your e-key. The third offense, certainly would have learned in the first two not to do this, $15,000, and you get a 90-day extension. The fourth offense, you'll have your e-key permanently terminated. So I don't want y'all to be in trouble, and I know you wouldn't think about that, because we do that all the time. We say, I'm getting this listing and it's coming soon, would you like to look at it? And really, you cannot do that. And when people call you about it, they see the sign, unfortunately, but you can say, I will show that to you, and I'll set a date. And it's so great that we set a date, you know, that you're.
So one quick thing, make sure if you have a listing, don't put a lockbox in there.
Oh, right, don't put the lock. Well, because if you do, then there's evidence. You don't want to get many evidence, yeah.
And coming soon can only last for like 21 days?
30.
30 days.
30 days.
But let me tell you something about that, they change the rules all the time. So be careful, you check. I get really frustrated, I think I got something down, and then I look at it when I do. I don't have to say, well, I know you probably answered this question, but one of the questions was, can I put it coming soon and then have an agent caravan? No. No, you cannot. You cannot have. I know, but Cheryl's having an agent caravan today, it's going live.
She went live today.
So she can do it, but last week when she put out the flyer, she was having this coming, having this agent open, oh my goodness. She could be in trouble, she had all of us. If it had happened last week. Right. But since she put it active today. Right. Then it's okay for all of us to go there and have lunch, and give us her all of our opinions about the home. Yeah, and I know you love that, so we should go. During the, that was one question I had, and I just wanted to make sure everybody knew, clarify that. Thank you. Good point.
All right, so as you guys have all heard, we had an amazing family reunion. What I'd like to do is have a few of you that would like to come up. I would love some, as we always say, ahas, from family reunion. And I didn't ask you guys ahead of the time, so if you could think about some things that you remember from the takeaways that could help the other agents that did not go make money. What are some takeaways that you learned at family reunion that would help the other agents here make money? So come on up if you, I'm looking at some of you. Come on up, come on up.
Question, if someone wants to leave early, is this being recorded?
Yeah, okay, it's being recorded.
And also for anyone that's visiting with us today, family reunion is our large conference of the year. It's our biggest facility conference of the year. About 20,000 agents get together and learn all the time in the country. And so 5 days of learning, keynote speakers. Mel Robbins. And Tony Robbins. And Gary Keller taught.
And so many others, and so many others.
So it's our big
hurrah for the year.
like, get the year started and get us fired up for real estate.
Yeah.
And I can just be here, so we'll crowd up.
Okay, okay.
I got
Okay. Anybody else that I'm scanning in the room that needs to be up here? Okay, okay. All right. Okay. All right, okay. We don't need to go in any necessary order, but. These chairs are like my nemesis. I'm like always like doing the,
Yeah.
they're kind of weird. All right, go first on something that really, really was a huge takeaway. And again, keep in mind, for those of us that weren't able to be there, what is something that really, really you want to share that was something that you're going to be implementing in business and that will also help you earn money this year, or that will help the other agents earn money this year? Yeah, Mike.
I think for me, and this is piggybacking on kind of what I said earlier, it's 80% of success is mindset, 20% is strategy. And that is so important. You know, I don't know if y'all have ever struggled in your business or had some down times. But some people may not have, I don't know, but you know, the point is, if you're struggling mentally and you're not all there mentally, your business isn't gonna go anywhere. You have got to figure out what makes you tick, what makes you, you know, have a desire or a want in this business, because if you don't have that, you're not gonna have success. And so ultimately, it is figuring out, like, we talk all the time about your big why. If you don't have a big why, chances are your business is not gonna be all that big. And if you don't know what is driving you in this business, because frankly, you can get checks all day long, but if those checks aren't going to anything that you actually want, that's important to you, that money isn't gonna be the driving force. You know, at some point, you're gonna hit a level of money where you're like, and you know, that's a good problem to have, but ultimately it's not gonna drive your business any further. So you gotta figure out what is your mindset and where do you wanna be with it.
I love that. And so let's go a little deeper on that, Mike. When you say 80% is mindset, because I remember hearing that as well, which I've heard before, how do you stay in that 80% of good mindset from that conversation that you heard?
I think it's really comes down to focus and consistency. I mean, really, that is what this business is all about. Like the people who are, on stage, they're not doing anything different on the day to day, like their activities, we're all doing the same activities. It's how focused are you? If you're hyper focused and you keep a consistent schedule, you're gonna crush it. Because time on task is gonna defeat everything. But if you don't have that focus, and I'm speaking from experience, because I have been a pinball my entire career. And I do look back at the times where I have been my most successful, and it's when I get in early, I do the things I need to do, I have kind of a repetition that I follow every day. And the times where I don't have that is where the struggle is. And really, it seems simple, and I'll be honest, like, I think this is my 7th family reunion I've been to. You're essentially hearing the same thing every time. It's just you're hoping to hear it from someone in a way that resonates for you. So there's nothing new. I mean, honestly, the success in this business is very simple. It's just a matter of the consistency and the time on task. That's it.
Very well.
And believe it or not, the person that actually complicates it is us.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
We are our own worst enemies. Like, if you're not having success, the problem is you.
Yeah.
It's that simple. And we may not want to hear it, we may not want to admit it, but it's a fact. If we're not having success, we are the only ones to blame.
Let's go look in a mirror.
Yeah.
Wow, we just went there.
That wasn't my time, I think we're done. I think we're done. That, he took all my.
Love yourself, love yourself.
So well said, it's so true, and, sometimes I think you tend to sugarcoat it, and yet that is so true, so true. Who else? Really?
And this is my second family reunion, and both different. In that point, this family reunion, 90%, you say 80%. For, in my opinion, 90% is your mindset and 10% is discipline, constancy, and focus. But if you put your focus in the problem, all in your around is problem. This is my opinion. The another is, Mel Robbins. Say, the exercise, you need, when you have, the more problems in your mindset, you need to say, okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Because when you say the number behind, your focus say, okay, I need to change my mind for different way. Yeah.
Okay, so stop and.
Yeah, it recalibrates.
Yes.
Yeah.
I need change.
Yeah.
My way.
Yeah.
But starting with 5 and counting down, you've already made the decision that you're gonna do the activity when you get to 1. So you can change your entire trajectory by starting with 5, counting it down, and then doing it.
It doesn't work to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No.
No,
Start with
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And then and by doing that, you're changing your mindset and you're changing your focus and you're committing to the task.
Yep.
So if you're on the edge, count it down and do it. Not the edge of the cliff, but just.
Try 1, 2, 3 times.
On the pen.
Yes.
Start with the easier one.
Yeah, start the easy, start on the edge of your bed. I can remember, and I didn't realize I did it when my son was born. I remember waking up, he was at, Scottish Rite, and he had just had surgery. We were told he has Down syndrome, we weren't believing it yet, there's a phase you go through. And I remember swinging off the bed, we're staying at that Marriott Courtyard that was across the street. And saying to myself, I didn't know what else, I was like, okay, what do I do? And I just basically, 30 years ago, Mighty, I opened the phone book, and looked up the Down Syndrome Association of Atlanta, and then we went from there, and literally within 2 hours, there was somebody there, but it was literally sort of subconsciously 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, because it was when it started setting in. So
I
it does
think the
work.
big problem of years. Me, you know the another. When you have the problem, you need to breathe and say, okay, what happened in this situation? What happened in that?
And after you need to breathe, you need to start.
Get into action.
Focus on the plan, not the
Yeah, yes.
I think that's a.
Yeah, it is, it is. I literally, probably last year, you know, we all had, you know, we all have perfect lives, right? So you have your challenges right up in the middle. And I literally will say, you know, they're railing off on something. I literally will say that to them, and 9 times out of 10, you feel the blood pressure going down when you say that, because you're coming at them as a consultant.
Right.
So let's focus on what we can do to fix this.
Yeah.
You know, once we get the plan, go back and rail, you know, let's work on that first.
I think when you put your attention, well, your inner. If you put
That's what
the
Tony
attention
Robbins said,
with
right?
the
Where your focus
Yeah.
goes, your energy flows.
Yeah.
And I think that was a big thing, right? That, and I know Tony Robbins had a
Yes.
lot of different
thoughts.
and yet, that was a big one. It was about the focus, and your energy goes to where your focus
Yes.
goes. It's not so much the situation, it's where your focus goes in the situation.
Yeah.
And so it's changing your state is going to change your circumstances, and that was big as well.
Yeah.
Who else?
Okay, so this is, not really something I heard there, but something I learned there. So I can take all the notes in the world, I can hear it a bunch of times from like great agents in our office and everywhere else, but you don't really know. Well, for me, I don't really learn until I experience. And so going there and this being my first time, you know, I've heard forever, like, you know, you're gonna meet a lot of agents, you know, they're part of the network. Well, with thousands of agents being there, we think about, you know, our value to our clients all the time, but what's your value to the other agents that you're gonna meet? And some of them, you know, I was like blown away by their 5-minute talk with me, and I'm like, that's what I need to work on, that's what I need to bring back for the next event, so that I'm prepared and actually make those connections, and, you know, that's what it's about, for networking, and Mike's right, you hear a lot of different things, you know, repeated, but unless you're actually taking action on them and actually implementing them. That was my.
There's always a number of people, not all of them, of course, but there's a number of people that go there and they don't go into any or most of the session.
Right.
They're just networking.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean,
That's-
I
they make a
know,
business out of
I knew 6 or 7 people who, not saying you should do this, but they didn't even buy a family reunion ticket. They were just there, for I mean, like Mike, I mean, this was my 14th one, and there's, you know, while there's great value in it, I don't wanna take away from it, there's only so many ways you can hear how to list a house, you know, and what to do, and hopefully we in the market center are teaching you how to do that anyhow, to begin with, but I can tell you, I came back with over 200 names to add to my agent database. And that came from, and my family reunion this year was very different. Last year, talking about mindset, I really sort of had a crappy mindset going to Anaheim. When I got there, I got very introverted. I didn't get up in the morning. I literally spent more time probably at Disneyland than I did at convention. Didn't help that my partners there forcing me to do that. I'm gonna blame them. But I wasn't involved. This time, I attended a 150-person mastermind that I came in a day early for on there. That was awesome. I put out cards to there. I've already gotten calls off of that. I co-hosted a networking event with 7 other realtors throughout the country. We had 150 people attend that. You know, so it really is a lot.
Your first panel.
Yes. My biggest success out of that is that when you're sitting up there, you're constantly watching how many people are in the room. Dan and I were in one the day before, and we both left the room. And by the end of it, half of it was empty. And we were fortunate to have standing room only with about 300 people in there, to do that. But it's a lot of, it's not like when you go to college. You know, you're in the classroom part of the time. Part of your experience in college is networking and socializing, improving your social skills, you know, talking to other people. So think of almost like in college. You know, and it's got the beer parties and the kegs and the parties, and you can drink legally. You know, so it's more than just sitting in a classroom. by any stretch.
And it's whatever value you need to get from it as well, right? It's whatever piece in your business, yours is referrals, mindset, it's whatever piece you need for your business at the time that you're in. And it could be different every year, right? Every year, it could be, this year I'm gonna network, this year I need to work on listings, this year I need to work on mindset. It depends on where you're at in your business, depends on how you're gonna show up that year.
Yeah.
Sandy, what did you think?
I kind of focused a lot on engaging my sphere in different things. I went to classes on events. I went to one that's literally influencer sphere, and some other things. I got a couple books. There's a book called Perk Your Sphere, different things that you can do. Just to kind of love on the people that already know, like, and trust you, because that's kind of where I feel like the majority of my business comes from. And so I really want to deep dive into that even more so. Several things that like these guys have already pointed out. One of the things I don't know if a lot of people realize is a lot of the like one pagers, the playbooks are available to all of us on, I think they're on Command.
Yes.
And if you're looking for an event, if you're looking for, if you're looking to host an open house, if you're looking to, even the listing, even, putting together your listing presentation, these playbooks are all available. Other agents have written them, top agents have written them, and they're all available to you. And I don't think we spend enough time mentioning that those things are all available, right, Lucy?
Yeah.
They're all out there for us. So that was a reminder to me that a lot of these things are at our fingertips. We don't have to recreate the wheel. We can learn from these top agents, we can put our own spin on it and make it our own and have the same level of success. You just have to do it. You just have to do it. One of the quotes I wrote down is perfection is the enemy of progress. You don't have to be perfect at it, you just have to do it. And, if you're waiting to be perfect, you're gonna be waiting forever, because none of us ever. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the best story I always have, I've told this story for years, so many of you probably heard it. When probably in year two of me being here, I had 2 listing appointments with Wendy. And I went into the computer room before I left, printing out some stuff and everything. There was a lady in there, a very nice lady who lived in Peachtree Station, who was a new agent. And she was in the computer room, she had a listing and she had an open house that weekend. And she was in the computer room making a flyer for the open house from scratch. I'm just lucky I turn on the computer, and she was doing all this stuff. I went out, did 2 listing appointments, got both listings, came back 3 hours later, she was still working on that flyer. She was out of the business 6 months later. That's always stuck in my head. For those of you who are newer, there's right here are 5 people you can come to in a whole ALC. If you need flyers for stuff, come to us. Don't
Probably won't be.
Don't come to me for.
Well, some of you want to say, "Oh, I'll show you how to leverage that out."
Invite.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Got it already.
No, she's great at offering all of the things. No, but rip off and duplicate.
Yeah,
Right, there's all the things already done, so don't spend time reinventing the wheel in everything. that
And
we-
they are on Command. I mean,
They're
Command does have.
Yeah, everything, there's whole marketing plans and everything.
Is it all in?
And Lucy's there to help guide you to it.
Yes.
The #1 tech trainer in.
Yeah.
And the thing is, guys, like, the R&D piece, the rip off and duplicate, like, don't be afraid of stepping on somebody's toes. Like, all these high level people are all doing the same thing. Like, you hear them and they're talking about the golden letters and they're talking about all these same concepts that keep coming up. This is not that difficult, really, y'all. It really is truly focused and just being on top of things. One of the things that Mel Robbins said was your goals and dreams don't happen by chance, they happen by choice. And I think that's a very critical piece is you gotta figure out what it is that you want and what it is that's going to drive you in this business.
And once you figure it out, write it down.
That's right, because she also said, if you don't have a target, you can't hit it. So figure out what it is you want for your goals and what those goals are gonna do for you, your family, your business, whatever it is, and go after it. Because if you don't, you're just gonna sit there and get the same results that you get.
What I love about everything you're saying is that we're such a sharing company, we're such a sharing culture and a sharing market center, that nothing we're probably, any of us doing, have come up with it all by ourselves.
Yeah.
Right, so it's like, ooh, this is my brainchild, and I'm gonna keep it to myself. We're all sharing all of our ideas, so we're all not individuals, we're a team. We're a team of a company that can share, so we can grow together and be better together. And that's the beauty of all of this. So, don't be afraid to grow on each other's shoulders.
Yeah, I can verify, Pappas and I are way too lazy to create. You know, it's just, I won't go the ladies in there, but I know we're too lazy.
Thank you for sharing all of that. Yeah, yeah.
That's the great thing about KW. If you've ever worked in another brokerage, everybody is so clandestine. They don't want you to know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They
I've
think
heard that
they
many
got to
times.
blow up
Yeah.
and tell you what to do. So anyway, that is the great thing about here. People are always willing to share, and especially our successful agents.
Yeah.
So reach out.
Yeah, Nancy Meyer said that, but she had been with Remax for like some 20 some odd years, and she said it's just totally different. And it took us about 6 months to break her. To understand that, we did, because she was like, she was talking to me, and so she didn't say this to me. Once she figured it out, she was good to go.
I love that, I love it. Well, if anybody has other questions, what we're doing also is we're putting all of our notes into a Google Drive. Remind me of your notes, thank you for those that did. And we're creating a Google Drive so we can share with everybody, everyone's highlight of notes. So that we can have all of that at your, again, we're gonna share everybody's notes so that we can have that. So that if anybody's needing, oh gosh, mindset notes or whatever, Mel Robbins notes, or Tony Robbins notes, that we can go to this Google Drive and call it Family Reunion 2024 and be able to tap into all of these amazing tidbits.
And I already looked at that Mike's notes net, and
Yeah.
that's what everything is.
So maybe we'll just download. it.
Yeah, I
But I love our version of it, you know, I do love that.
I don't know, a couple of things of the networking part. I got invited to AW Mexico, all expenses paid.
Yeah.
You see a project of the 400,
Yeah,
unit development that they're doing. And who's the target for the expats? People going to Mexico, wanting to retire, semi-retire, XXX, or Airbnb, the thing. And it's interesting because where else do you get those opportunities?
yeah, that's
right?
right, that's right.
Let's close with something that Mel said about courage, right? It says the ability to do something that is difficult or scary, stepping outside of your comfort zone, the ability to take risks, sharing your ideas, speaking up or showing up, standing firm in your beliefs or values. And some days, courage is simply the activity to get out of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Very
She resonated with a lot of us, I think, that day with her examples that.
I sent her, her 5-second rule to my son. He needed it on Sunday. And I sent the 1 hour, basically 1 hour,
Yeah,
video on that.
yeah, it's so good.
His son needed it.
So good. I think we all need it at different times.
And like, if y'all haven't gone to a family reunion or a mega camp, like start like saving for that now, like buy, like if you're gonna go to mega camp, buy the ticket now, buy the flight in a couple
Yeah.
months, like that way you're spreading it out. But y'all, it is money well spent if you put, effort into it, because every year we go to these things. I mean, I know David gets referrals, I'm sure Lily Beth's gotten referrals out of this. Every year I get at least one referral from a family reunion or a mega camp. And so, maybe if everything costs all in, or, let's say $3,000, one referral, you've paid for 3 or 4, with our average prices, you paid for 3 or 4 mega camps and family reunions.
Yeah,
And-
it's money goes well invested.
Yeah, you gotta think, and it's tax deduction, so.
Well, and I always say, try to find a way to, because Gary Keller says 4X your investment. And if your investment was $2,000, how can you 4X your investment? By finding, if it's not a referral, if it's a way to be able to implement something in your business. So if you 4X $2,000, that's only $8,000. So if you come away, it's less than one commission for this price point, right? So if you come away with one idea, 1/2 of an idea that you can implement in your business that year, you well invested into that opportunity of that business. So, and usually it's way more than something like that can do, just in your mindset alone. Just in your mindset
And it's fun.
And it's a lot.
But, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Kind of fun.
That's why we all look so tired.
That's why we're still driving.
Yeah, my liver's still recovering, and so you know that Mega Camp, they did announce it's from August twelfth through the fourteenth.
Yeah.
Now, on the fifteenth, they do a mastermind, which is like $70. I always stay for that, that's where literally agents throughout the country will get together and they don't do panels, but they do breakout sessions, and then they discuss the thing. It is massively worth it, so to do that.
And that's fewer agents that go to that one.
Yeah,
And that's
there's-
in Austin.
That's usually about a third of the agents that go there. The way I sort of look at it is like family reunions for the Mathis. When you go to Mega Camp, is more like the master's program is what you're going to. So you're gonna find a bit more of the driven, focus-minded, individuals that go there.
Yeah.
But they still have a good time just as much.
Yeah.
On Sixth Street.
All right, thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Hey, everybody, can you hear me? It's Cheryl Amari. Hi there. I hope you'll all come to my luncheon in Weston. It's not far. It's in the Johns Creek area. But I just wanted to mention only the gate at the front off of McGinnis Ferry is where you'll have access. It'll be open. So if Google Maps takes you to the back, go to the McGinnis Ferry exit. Okay?
Okay.
And I hope to see you all. We have a drawing for a $100 gift card. Talk to you soon.
Thank you, Cheryl. All
Bye.
right. Okay, quick announcement, and we're all done.
So everyone got an email, and I'm gonna pass the clipboard around on Thursday from 1 to 5. Sign up here. We're gonna be live streaming the class that Gary Keller, Jay, and Jason are putting on about articulating your value proposition with buyers. And so they're gonna do several of these, but for this particular one, this first one, we're all gonna gather here in the training room on Thursday from 1 to 5. So sign up, let us know that you can make it. I mean, if Gary's gonna come talk to me, I'm gonna show up.
That's right.
And then we've already talked about happy hour and birthday lunch that's coming soon. Happy hour, so. So also starting this Thursday is our own GLG Millionaire Real Estate Agent Book Club. Y'all register for that. I think that that's another invaluable opportunity to learn from amazing leadership and discussion and being in a room of high level thinking and high level discussion on the MREA. And then Leslie's back with the 36 Touch program coming soon on the 12th. That one's gonna be in the Roswell location. And then Bold. Bold is back. I'm wearing my Bold bracelet today. I got my Bold on. Cody Gibson.
Cody Gibson. Oh, that's all I have to say. Cody Gibson.
If you don't know who Cody Gibson is.
I definitely don't know who Cody Gibson.
Do some research. I mean, who's not? Great agent, you got it. I mean, don't know.
He's very high level, he just wants to attract.
I'm going to learn from Cody.
I'm going to learn.
So y'all come join me, it's gonna be on Wednesday this time, and we're kicking this off on April 3rd. So soon you're gonna start getting our bold excitement around, signing up and taking our business. We know that the average agent gets at least 11 more additional transactions in the year if you go all in on bold. So sign up, it's an amazing experience. You don't wanna miss it.
All right.
Okay, and then let me, y'all know that this is a little tricky, we're doing 2 seconds here to get all of our family on Zoom. There we go. Here we are. We're going in and turning it up.
Fail big.
Today is the beginning of the rest of your life, so do what you feel passionate about. Take chances. Don't be afraid to fail. There's an old IQ test was 9 dots, and you had to draw 5 lines with a pencil within these 9 dots without lifting the pencil. The only way to do it was to go outside the box. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams, and they ultimately fuel disappointment. So have dreams, but have goals. And understand that to achieve these goals, you must apply discipline and consistency. You have to work at it every day. You have to plan every day. Hard work works.
Don't get ready to pay. Have a good day.